Too many seniors never see their 90s, not because of fate, but because of hidden health traps no one warned them about. The heartbreaking part? These traps don't strike all at once. They quietly chip away at your energy, your independence, and the precious years you hope to spend with family. In the next few minutes, I'll reveal the 4 silent reasons most older adults don't live past 80. And more importantly, the small shifts that can protect your strength, your clarity, and your time with loved ones. After 60, you may notice it. Climbing stairs feels heavier, sleep less refreshing, energy slipping away. Many shrug it off as just aging, but in my 25 years of practice, I've seen how 4 hidden patterns silently shorten lives, even in people who think they're doing everything right. I call them the silent thieves of longevity. Today we'll uncover each one, the science behind it, and the daily habits that can protect your independence so you can keep showing up for the moments and the people that matter most. 1. Chronic low-grade inflammation, Inflammaging. When you're young, your immune system is like a fire alarm. It only rings when there's a real emergency, a cut, a cold, an infection. But after 60, that alarm doesn't turn off. It hums in the background day after day, like a car engine that never cools down. And over time, this silent heat, what doctors call inflammaging, slowly wears down the heart, the brain, and the joints. A large study in 2022, led by Barnes and colleagues, looked at nearly 8,000 older adults across the U.S. They found that high levels of one inflammatory marker, IL-6, raised the risk of death by 118%. Think about that. More than doubling the risk, even in people who seemed otherwise healthy. That's how powerful these silent flames can be. But here's the hopeful part. Your daily meals can act like water on that fire. In my practice, I've seen remarkable results with a simple Mediterranean rhythm. 2 servings of fatty fish per week, salmon, sardines, or mackerel, paired with a daily drizzle of about 2 tablespoons of extra virgin olive oil. Within just 3 months, studies show these foods can lower CRP and IL-6, cooling the body's fire and giving your cells a chance to repair. Frank, one of my 72-year-old patients, was skeptical at first. He swapped his ham sandwiches for salmon salads and started using olive oil instead of butter. After a few weeks, his morning stiffness eased. 3 months in, his blood work showed lower inflammation. And he told me he finally felt like his body wasn't fighting itself anymore. Here's the biological surprise. Inflammation isn't just about aches and pains. It's a silent thief of longevity. But inflammation isn't the only silent thief. The next one hides in plain sight. 2. Social isolation and loneliness. You can eat well, take your medications, even walk daily. But if you spend most days alone, your body knows it. Loneliness isn't just a feeling, it's a biological signal, one that tells your brain and immune system, we're unsafe. When that signal lingers, stress hormones like cortisol stay high. Oxytocin, the hormone of connection, stays low. Your vagus nerve, the one that calms your heartbeat, loses tone. And what happens then? Blood pressure rises, immunity weakens, and life expectancy shortens. In 2024, researchers led by Liu followed older adults who moved from isolation to connection. The results? A 14% reduction in risk of early death. Another major analysis showed that, for men in particular, loneliness raised mortality by nearly 20%. That's the same ballpark as smoking or obesity. Think about that. But there's good news. Just 2 to 3 meaningful social contacts each week, a phone call, a video chat, a shared meal, can restore that vital signal of safety. Even technology helps. Video calls with family have been shown to reduce feelings of isolation by more than 90%. Take Rosa, a 69-year-old grandmother. After her husband passed, she stopped attending church, stopped calling her friends. Her energy drained, sleep grew restless, and she told me she felt older overnight. Then her daughter set up weekly video calls with the grandkids. At first, Rosa thought it was silly, but within weeks she noticed her mood lifting, her appetite returning, and her blood pressure readings even improved. Here's where it gets interesting. Loneliness doesn't just dim your days emotionally. It accelerates the very biology of aging. Have you noticed yourself withdrawing more after 60? Or maybe skipping calls you once enjoyed? Share in the comments. I read every one, and your story may give courage to someone else. 3. Sleep quality decline. When you think of sleep problems, most people imagine tossing and turning, but after 60, the challenge goes deeper. Your body's natural repair crew, melatonin and the nightly cortisol rhythm, starts to falter. Melatonin, your sleep hormone, acts like a conductor guiding the orchestra of rest. Cortisol, the stress signal, should fade at night. But in older adults, the pattern flips. Cortisol stays high, melatonin stays weak, and the body never fully enters deep restoration. It's like having a repair team that never shows up to fix the house. A 2022 review by Revets and Jerzewski examined 14 studies on aging and sleep. Their conclusion? Poor sleep quality was linked to a 7% higher risk of early death. That's not just about grogginess, that's about longevity itself. But the hopeful news is that sleep rhythms can be coaxed back into balance. For many of my patients, a very small dose of melatonin, just 0.3 to 1 milligram, taken 1 hour before bed, was enough to reset the cycle. Add in a room kept between 68 and 70 degrees, and a dark, quiet environment. And within weeks, the body remembers how to heal overnight. Helen, 74, shared how she'd been waking every night at 2 a.m., staring at the ceiling. She believed it was just getting older. But after starting with 0.5 milligram of melatonin and dimming her lights an hour before bed, she began sleeping through the night for the first time in years. Her mornings felt lighter, her mood steadier, and she told me, "I feel like myself again." Here's why skipping this matters. Without restorative sleep, inflammation builds, memory weakens, and even muscle loss accelerates. Miss this step, and your body may never fully recover overnight. But sleep isn't the only hidden thief. The next one lives deeper, in your gut. 4. Gut microbiome imbalance. Your gut isn't just about digestion. It's a control center, shaping inflammation, nutrient absorption, even mood. But after 60, the diversity of your gut bacteria starts to shrink. It's like a garden that's slowly overtaken by weeds. The good plants fade, the harmful ones spread, and the soil no longer nourishes the whole system. Scientists call this dysbiosis, and it has powerful consequences. A 2021 study by Wilmansky and colleagues analyzed the gut microbiomes of over 9,000 people. They discovered that older adults with a higher dominance of one bacteria, Bacteroides, had a 16% increased risk of death. Not because of infection, but because an imbalanced gut fuels inflammatory metabolites that circulate through the body. The hopeful news is that this garden can be restored. Every day you can add back diversity with prebiotics and probiotics. Prebiotics are the fibers in foods like oats, beans, or asparagus. They're fertilizer for your good bacteria. Probiotics are the living cultures in yogurt, kefir, or sauerkraut. They're like planting new seeds. Together, they rebuild the soil and restore balance. George, a 70-year-old retired teacher, struggled with constant bloating and afternoon fatigue. His doctor found nothing serious, but he still felt unwell. At my suggestion, he began adding a half cup of kefir with breakfast and swapping white bread for a bowl of overnight oats. Within 3 months, his digestion was calmer, his energy more even, and he told me, "I didn't realize how heavy my body had been carrying that burden." Here's the emotional shift. Your gut doesn't just feed you, it feeds your future. Neglect it, and years can quietly slip away. But nurture it, and you give your body the chance to thrive. And what most people don't realize, genes aren't the biggest driver of longevity at all. So, let's step back. You've just seen the 4 hidden health reasons that quietly shorten life after 60. Inflammation, isolation, broken sleep, and gut imbalance. None of them feel dramatic in the moment, but together they steal years, independence, and vitality. Now, imagine the opposite, waking with steady energy, moving without stiffness, feeling calm instead of weighed down. Imagine being present at 85, 90, even beyond, not as a burden, but as the anchor your family looks up to. That future is possible when you start tending to these silent thieves today. Which of these 4 reasons spoke to you the most? Was it sleep, the gut, or maybe the ache of loneliness? Share it in the comments below. Your story might be exactly what another senior needs to hear. And if this video gave you hope, join our Healthy Aging Hub family by subscribing. Every week, we bring you science-backed ways to age with vitality and confidence. Because your best years don't have to be behind you, they can still be ahead. Gentle disclaimer, this video is for educational purposes only. Always consult your healthcare provider before making changes to your diet, sleep, or supplement routine. Your doctor knows your unique history and can guide you safely.